Hello, welcome back to another walking video. I'm doing a walk through North Yorkshire again today. I'm going up from Elvington, just south of York, through Sutton upon Derwent, over through Kexby over the 1079, and also crossing the Derwent over the old Kexby Bridge, which is an old medieval bridge, a little bit restored, but then heading up the Derwent again towards Stamford Bridge, but we're going to go through Low Catton, shared with High Catton, but in Low Catton there is a good medieval church there with a very peculiar Victorian chancel. The weather is not so great today. It's a bit more overcast, certainly a bit cooler, but it's an opportunity to wrap up, which I feel more comfortable in, so it should be a very pleasant walk. So I'll show you on the map where we're going and we'll see some other churches. So the walk will start here at Elvington, go to the parish church. We're actually going to go around the lock and weir here, up to Sutton Bridge, down here to Sutton upon Derwent, St Michael's Church, then back up over Sutton Bridge, and then up the River Derwent, past Sutton Wood, all the way up here till we get to Kexby. There is Kexby Bridge, and then it's up the Derwent again on the other side of the river, over this side, past Soldiers' Camp. Then up here to Low Catton, come into the church there. We're actually going to come up this road here, and then to Rectory Farm, go through that behind the church, through these fields, and then up the Minster Way. We're actually on the other side of the river, but there into Stamford Bridge. Holy Trinity Parish Church at Elvington was designed by architect William White and built between 1876 and 7 for the Reverend A.J. Clark of the parish, replacing an earlier church, and retains some of its features such as a medieval font and old monuments. White Church here is not revered for its architectural excellence, but it is a building with many interesting elements, notably the idiosyncratic tower with open timber bell stage and pyramid roof. Inside, the north aisle of sandstone piers and brick arches has eye-catching leaf capitals with carvings of wheat, oat and barley with butterflies, carved by Job Cole of York. You won't find these carvings in any book on arts and crafts church design, but they appear to be in that style. A 5-minute walk along the bend in the River Derwent will take you to the Grade 2 star listed Sutton Bridge, which as you cross you will be able to see the towers of the church we have just left behind at Elvington and that of the next church on the walk, St Michael and All Angels at Sutton upon Derwent. St Michael's Church has a complex architectural history, the earliest visible phases of which are evident in the substantial amount of 12th century fabric. Despite a fairly major restoration in the early 20th century, the medieval church retains much of its former character and charm, but it is once again in desperate need of repair and conservation. The church is likely to undergo some substantial changes in the next decade to save major elements of the building from separating and to encourage community use. When I arrived, I was greeted by the vicar, who shares a passion for history and the significance of this building, and was told that, amongst other actions, a friends group is being established to ensure the care of the building for the future, which I took great interest in, as this is a church I know very well, visiting occasionally when I grew up not far from here. So I aim to keep a close eye on developments at St Michael's and wish them luck, but for now I drag myself away and head back to Sutton Bridge and up the river path towards Kexby. Right, so I take back what I said earlier about it being overcast and a lot cooler today. Halfway up the Derwent on the path that winds up with the river up towards Kexby, and the sun has really come out, so I'm regretting putting the fleece on, but we're nearly there. Soon we'll be at Low Catton, so let's just enjoy the Riverside walk. Kexby Old Bridge was originally funded by the York merchant Nicholas Blackburn Sr., who was closely tied with the parish church of All Saints North Street in York, where he is depicted as a donor in the east window. Blackburn Senior, Mayor of York in 1412, was an astonishing benefactor of bridges and bridge maintenance in Yorkshire, and Kexby carries the road to Hull across the River Derwent. It was partially rebuilt in the 17th century and eventually replaced in the 1960s by the A1079 road traffic bridge. Further up the River Derwent you arrive at Low Catton. All Saints is another rural parish church with some 12th century fabric and later work which was added to the earlier body. The chancel was rebuilt in 1866, less than a decade after the nave had been restored, and you wonder whether the nave had intended to receive a new roof matching the pitch of the chancel. As such, the building looks like a rather awkward locomotive. The church is usually always locked, which is a shame, although I have been in once before. The churchyard and exterior have some noteworthy features, such as the murder stone and some impressive graffiti in the south aisle masonry. A short walk continuing up the River Derwent takes you to Stamford Bridge, the site of the great 11th century battle. The village itself is not impressive, but has good access to the Yorkshire wolds and offers some pleasant countryside walks, such as the route by which I arrived. The church here is unlisted and dedicated to St John the Baptist. Its most interesting features are probably the kneelers, great examples of local folk art.